Hi loves, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you are a returning guest. So don't talk about me with my bootleg shield. I was trying to do my video just a minute ago, and there were so many people walking around, and like they're just all in my frame and everything like that. And I was like, okay, let me just put this up so I don't have to worry about trying to block them every time. So yeah, just don't mind that. But anyway, today I've been telling a testimony. So today is not really I won't say it's not major, because every testimony is major, even no matter how small it is. I'm so grateful that the Lord has helped me in all the different ways that he's helped me. And so, but this one isn't as I guess dramatic or as big as some of the other testimonies, but it's still a testimony nonetheless. So anyway, I'm going to tell about the time when I was hacked. Oh my gosh, it was weird. It was crazy. But so anyway, and I'll let you know how it became a testimony. So anyway, years ago, I had just moved to Georgia, and I was on my laptop. I'm like applying for gigs because, like I said, when I moved down there, I don't know, I think I said in a previous video, when I moved down there to do, to model and act and do whatever I could in entertainment, is good things in entertainment. And so when I moved down there, I had my handy dandy laptop, and so I was applying for gigs for modeling, acting, whatever. And so one day I was applying for gigs. I think my protection, my laptop protection, I think it had expired, and so it had been a few months since it expired. And I think it was expensive, like laptop protection can be like what, $200-300 or something. And so I was like, I'm not going to do that. I don't think I need it or whatnot. And so I did not get the protection, or it lapsed or something like that. So anyway, as the time, after a few months, I was sitting there and applying, and a message popped up on my laptop. It stopped everything I was doing. I couldn't apply. I couldn't do anything else. It just popped up on my laptop. And I don't know if I downloaded something or clicked on something that I wasn't supposed to, but either way, there was already viruses that had got on my laptop from me not having the protection that I didn't realize were on there. So this message comes up. It looks like, it's a whole bunch of information saying your laptop has been hacked. Call this number. You need to call immediately. I don't remember exactly what the message said, but it did have a phone number, and it had like the information of the place that was supposed to be contacting me, saying that my laptop was hacked. So I'm like, oh my gosh, my laptop is hacked. Like, what do you mean? Like, how do I, so I click on the whatever they tell me to click on. I call, and I'm like, hey, they said my laptop is hacked, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh yeah, I can see that it is hacked. Click on this and click on that, and then I'll help you, because they were telling me to do stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't know how to do that. And they were like, oh, it's okay, I'll help you. Here, just click on this, click on that. So I basically was like giving them access to my laptop, and I believe they did say like, I can help you from here. So I'll, if you give me access or something like that. So I gave them access to my laptop, because I'm thinking that this is a, legitimate thing. Like, I can't do anything else on my laptop, because now they're saying that it's hacked. And so I can't even get out of this message. And so, so they take control, and they start, controlling it from the inside. They end up pulling up this form, and on the form they're like, oh yeah, fill out this form, and we'll go ahead and take care of it for you for like $250 or $300. I don't remember exactly how much it was. I know it was at least, probably, it might have been like $300 or something like that they wanted. And they were like, oh, we'll go ahead and take care of this for you. Just fill out this form so we can have the information. And they're like, so I said, well, I'd rather come in, and get it done. And they're like, oh, we don't have any appointments until like 3 months from now, but we can go ahead and take care of it for you online right now. And I'm like, so I start feeling like in my spirit, like, wait, something doesn't seem right. Like, how is it that they don't have any appointments? Because I've already rode through Georgia. Like, even though I was new there, I had only been there for like maybe a month or two, a few months at this time. I'm like, I seen plenty computer repair shops. And so like, I was just like, like, how do y'all not have any appointments, nothing in the area for the next, like, until 3 months from now? Like, that's crazy. And so in my spirit, I was just like, something isn't right. But I kept, talking to them. I probably talked to them for about an hour, maybe even more. And so I'm just like, but I'm still like, the feeling in my spirit is getting stronger and stronger. Like, okay, something is not right now. And so as they pull up this form, they're like entering your number, your name, your number, your phone number, all the information, your address, all of this stuff, and then entering your card details. So as I'm like entering in the information, I kind of delete it and then I enter it again, because in my spirit I'm like, something is off, but I don't know what it is, because I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather go inside. So I'm like talking to the person. I'm like, well, no, I think I just want to go, to a shop or whatever. I'll just figure it out. So the person starts getting a little like aggravated, like trying to make me enter in my stuff. Like, no, you have to enter it in right now. Like, if you don't enter it right now, you're going to have to wait and all this, like just basically trying to convince me that I really need to go ahead and enter in my details. And so once again, I start entering them and I'm like, nah, I think I'm just going to wait. So they really get like frustrated. And I don't know, I can't remember if they hung up or if I hung up, or I can't remember if they even I don't remember what happened. But I ended up asking my family member's boyfriend. I was like, he's a tech guy, like he knows about this stuff. So I went ahead and contacted him. I'm like, hey, do you know anything about like this particular thing? Like, I feel like something is off or something. And he was like, do not do that. He was like, that's a scam. Do not do that. And I was just like, really? And he was like, yeah. He was like, take it to Best Buy, go to the Geek Squad and have them look at your laptop and they can help you there. Do not put your information in there. And I'm like, dang, I already entered in some of it, but I didn't enter in all of it or whatever. And he was like, yeah. He was like, just don't even do that. So I'm like, okay, thank you. So I don't remember if I was still on the phone with him. On the phone with them. I might have texted him or they might have called me back. I don't remember like every little detail, but somehow I was like sitting there on my laptop and I'm like trying to figure out, because this is after I spoke with them, and I'm like trying to figure out, okay, what do I click on this number, or do I click on this? Because now the thing is off the screen, so I can actually because they went in and they did something, so they took the warning off. So I'm like trying to do something on my computer, and I'm like, man, like I really don't, I think I was like maybe looking up Geek Squad or something, I don't know. So as I'm sitting there, all of a sudden the webcam pops up for where they're at. So it actually turns out that there was it was like 10 to 20 Nigerians, male and female. They were sitting in front of the computer. They're all sitting there lined up. They're all watching as this person is like hacking me, like scamming me. And I look and I'm like, and I don't know if they were trying to hack into my webcam. They might have been watching me and I didn't realize it, or they were maybe trying to pull up my webcam. I'm hoping that's what it was. I'm hoping that they couldn't see me, but I'm pretty sure they probably were watching me while I was on the phone with them. They probably put my webcam up and were watching me, but I didn't know it. So anyway, the webcam, they somehow turned it on them, or maybe when they pulled it up, I don't know the details. I don't know how to scam people. I don't want to know, but somehow they the webcam was showing in their area, and so I saw like 10 to 20 Nigerians sitting there, and I knew they were Nigerian. I didn't know they were Nigerian at the time. I just saw a whole bunch of like people looking at me, and I was just thinking like, oh my gosh, like they're all like, I'm literally sitting here looking at all of them, like watching as this person. I believe I still was on the phone, because I think one of them was on the phone, and then the other one of them was like typing, and then all the other ones was like sitting there watching. And I was just like, so I panicked and I just closed my laptop. I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I ran to Best Buy and I told them what happened. And then so they went and they did a diagnostic on my laptop. I think I paid like $250. They fixed it. And they were like, yeah, you had over 600 viruses. Somebody in Nigeria hacked your laptop. And I was like, what? Like, wow. Like it was scary to see all them like sitting there looking at me. And it's like, I'm glad that happened though, because I don't know if they were watching me before that, but like now I went and got one of them little blocks to where you can slide it over when you're using your laptop, and when you don't need it you can slide it back over and close it, because like no. And then I don't even think I have that anymore, but I just keep my what's the name over my webcam. And then I think on my webcam now it has a light that shows that like if the webcam is on. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. And so anyway, this is a testimony of course, because yeah, I like they could have got so much information, which I didn't have. Like I did have some money in my account. I had just moved, so I had some savings and stuff that I had saved up to move to Georgia and stuff. So thankfully I did not put in my details. Thankfully the Holy Spirit spoke again, and I didn't put in my details and mess around, and you know, they wipe out my account. And then also just the fact that I was able to get it fixed. I'm glad that I did have some money saved, because you know, maybe shortly after that or something, I probably did like I ended up almost spending all the money, or I did spend all the money that I moved down there with, because it took a while for me to get a job, and I had to tell that in another video. But yeah, it was just, yeah, so that's definitely a testimony that I had the money, that you know, I was able to, you know, call my the guy and ask him like, hey, what's going on. He told me about Geek Squad, you know. And then the fact that I was able to prevent them from ultimately getting full access to my laptop, because the Holy Spirit spoke to me again and told me something was not right. And I'm glad that I followed what I felt in my spirit, because at first I really did start entering in my stuff, and you know, they could have sent things to my address. They could have used my address as like, I mean, all kinds of different things could have happened had they had my full, which I did put my address, but I didn't put the rest of my stuff. So I think that they couldn't, I think I stopped like as I was putting my address in, and so they didn't have enough information, but they had like just my name. And then I think I started putting my address, and then I was like, oh no, I'm not good, and I kept erasing it. And so thankfully, because they didn't get enough information to be able to carry out whatever scam that they were going to carry out. I have heard of a lot of people getting scammed and getting, you know, their accounts wiped out and all kinds of things like that. So I'm grateful that, you know, because they could have just, even if it was a credit card or something, or my debit card or something, they could have used that and bought stuff. And so anyway, yeah, that's the testimony, because you know, once again, thank you, Lord, because they definitely could have robbed me, and I wouldn't even know nothing about it. And then, you know, to actually give them the full access, like, because I'm just, you know, and I know there's a lot of other people that have either been scammed or almost been scammed in this way, because I hear about it on the news. I've heard other people that mention it and stuff. And so be careful of that. Like if something pops up on your, you know, device that won't allow you to do anything else, and it's saying, oh, call this number, like I would recommend going in somewhere. Like, you know, of course I went to Best Buy, and yes, I did have to pay, you know, for them to do it, but they were able to do it. It's a trusted source. I can go back to them. I can, if something was wrong, then now I have a trusted source that it's like, okay, Best Buy is responsible because of this, compared to like giving my information to somebody who's over in another country, and I don't even know, you know, who they are, what's going on. And then even like having them being able to control your computer and all that stuff like that could be very dangerous. And so, you know, just be careful, be aware of those kind of scams and stuff. But yeah, that's my testimony for today. And once again, I'm very thankful to the Lord for helping me and protecting my information through that situation. So thanks for tuning in. I believe I'm gonna start doing my like a little mini series of like the move, like moving down to Georgia. The homelessness comes like later in that, because I know I mentioned that on another video, so I'll get to that. And then, but there's a lot about moving to Georgia, okay? So I might have to do a couple little episodes on that, just to kind of talk about the move and what happened and all the things that happened down there and stuff. But I don't know for sure, because I be trying to just, you know, I'm like, okay, Lord, what you want me to say? And so I've been remembering certain things, and I'm like, oh, and this actually came from, I was watching something on TV, and they actually were talking about scammers, and they ended up being, it was like the what is it called, the most I don't know, I can't remember what it was called. It was like the most noticeable scammer or something like that. It was like, he was like basically dressing himself up and flaunting it around, you know, and basically that's how they were able to catch him, because he was like flaunting it around. And what happened with that was, like, he was scamming people through a online scam or whatnot. And I was like, oh, I remember I got scammed, you know, through an online scam from a Nigerian, because he was Nigerian. And I was like, I got scammed from an online scam from a Nigerian a long time ago. And so as they come up, I'm just like, oh, let me tell about this, or let me tell about that, especially like depending on how much time I have and where location I'm at and how hot it is outside and all the things. And so, yeah, so I don't know. But anyway, I thank y'all for coming and watching. I thank y'all for staying until the end. If you, for those of you who do stay to the end, and I thank you for just even listening to my little, you know, stories of my life. It's much appreciated. And so anyway, I don't want to make it too long, but I thank y'all for tuning in. I will be back with more videos. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, and come back and watch more videos. Okay, bye, loves.